Good morning. So on Saturday, 9th of May, we saw that Russia is much more weaker and publicly than everybody in the world, mainly in the western part of the world, thinking. So Putin was afraid even to celebrate the 9th of May in a full scale of parade. I think that the last time it happened like 20 years ago. Even in 1941, in October, when the Nazi German troops were close to Moscow, they celebrated a full-scale parade. So it's a great and very great sign that Russia is weaker. So we need to put more pressure on Russia to bring these real negotiations, that Russia is changing the goal. I think that we're very close on that. So we need to adopt as well the 21st sanction package from the European side, and also support more Ukraine. So the full maritime ban is very important to adopt. I do hope that it will happen during the 21st sanction package. As well, enlargement process is something we are going to discuss today. We must open all the clusters for Ukraine, Moldova, and I do hope that it will happen up to this June when the Council is going to meet. So let's hope that we are moving forward. The second thing is, which is concerning me, is that last year Schengen issued more than 600,000 Russian visas for Russian citizens. So we have proposed that we should adopt the common policy about the visa ban for the combatants for fighting against Ukraine in Russian side, or actually war criminals in that regard. So we should find the way on European Union level as well, and Kaja Kallas is dealing with that, not issuing visas anymore for these combatants. These combatants must be put to the blacklist of Schengen. So these guys should know for the future that will never come to Europe. The only place for them is in The Hague. And the last thing I want to focus is that this week will be very important about creating the special tribunal for Russian aggression crimes. It is very important. For now, 29 countries, they have joined that. It's more than European Union. It is very important. It won't be only European Union case, but it is so important for accountability. So the Putin and the Troika must be brought to justice. So thank you very much.
Minister,
yes?
One quick question. What can the EU do to bring back all these Ukrainian children to their motherland?
Yes, indeed. Today we are having this conference as well about bringing back the Ukrainian children. Estonia is working very closely already years together with Ukraine and other countries. Canada is leading this initiative. But case by case, of course, we need to find the ways, we need to bring them back, but of course lots of children are there still. So only one guy who can release them is actually Putin, and he's not doing that. So every child is important, so we have been dealing as Estonia and our NGOs, hundreds of them, but still we are talking about thousands and thousands who are still in Russia. So.
Minister, from a Putin report idea of Gerhard Schroder playing a role of mediator in talks between Europe and Russia. What do you think about that? And is it time for Europe to start a separate track of contacts with Moscow now?
We don't need to start the separate track. We need to focus on how to put more pressure on Russia, the maritime service ban, 21st sanction package, as well how to deal with enlargement of European Union. Once, of course, we need to talk to Russia, but for that, Russia needs to change the goal. Gerhard Schroder is a Putin's idea. I think that they have very close relations. So Gerhard Schroder won't be representing Europe. And we have institutions for that, actually, to represent the European Union. We have Kaja Kallas, we have Costa, we have von der Leyen. So we don't need to find somebody who's going to knock on Kremlin doors and offering something. We know exactly what kind of Europe we want. And we want that Russia must be pushed back to Russia. We want that there won't be any kind of gray zones between European Union, NATO and Russia, so enlargement process is there, recovery process for Ukraine, so all the red lines are there. But Putin is not ready to talk about a lasting and just peace at all. We saw it. Even the ceasefire, so-called ceasefire, he needed for the week parade. he was not keeping that. So.
Minister, would you welcome the redeployment of U.S. troops if they are getting withdrawn from Germany?
We have U.S. troops already in Estonia and Baltic states and Poland. So if U.S. is deciding to bring more troops to our region, it's always good. Okay, but thank you.
Just one quick question, maybe. Is Estonia supporting this political agreement for sanctions against violent settlers?
Yes, I think this is something we are going to discuss today, and this is exactly the topic we are very deeply concerned. So I think that today we'll announce these sanctions. Thank you.